You will have a time for everything in your life. Let me explain. In Ecclesiastes 3, verse 2, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck what up is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Everything you are going to go through in life is going to be a season. There's going to be a time for everything. There's going to be a time when you are just filled with love and peace. There's going to be a time where you go through a season of mourning and pain. And that is just how the circle of life works. But how we walk through it determines how we enter into our seasons. You can be like a cow and constantly run away from the storm. And when you do that, the storm constantly stays over you. Or you could be like a buffalo and head to the eye of the storm, where you will find peace, where you'll find clarity. So just remember that this is a season, and this too shall pass. God bless.